are you?
Good. Let me just get everyone in the room.
Hey, this is CVS Pharmacy. Return the call from Mohammed.
I don't think we called CVS, did we?
We have for
This meeting is being recorded.
full Starbucks. Yeah.
All right.
Good morning. I'm busy cleaning the hot tubs and bathrooms and all this kind of stuff. So I want to post my review. How do I do it? I mean, my listing.
If you can do it in the chat, or you can send it to the text message number that lets you know about the meeting. So, all right, guys, I'm going to give a couple more minutes here for people to join, and we will take questions first, and then I'll start going through some listings, get through as many as I can. Mute some people. So
Just go over what we have for those who are on.
Where the chat is.
It's the bottom. I'm not sure on your phone. So if you guys have questions, feel free to put it in the chat as well right now. Like I said, I'm just gonna get like another minute here. I have to manually accept everyone to join, so it takes a second. But you can throw some questions in the chat, and as soon as we run through however many it is, then we'll
Yes.
some listings. You did it, Sophia. Good job. We did our design giveaway last week. I don't know if I don't see Katie on here, but Katie Volk won. We're super excited for her. She's actually she had 2 units that she's gonna combine into one. And we're gonna, blow it out for her and make sure. But the message I'm trying to get through to as many people as possible is, sorry, I'm accepting that. Misty, I might need to make you an admin when you're going to be part of these.
Yeah.
Help me. But the message I've been trying to hammer home lately is that with Airbnb, you're either going to compete on price or you're going to compete on design. And so when people kind of live in the middle or they have an Airbnb that looks like others, the only competition you have is lowering your price. And that's a dangerous place to be. That's where a lot of people lose money. They end up kind of, even if they are making money, it's more of like a doggy paddle here. So we really want to really hammer that home. And honestly, I've probably talked a dozen people out of even starting Airbnbs in the last week, just because they didn't want the upfront investment. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, for sure, you just needed a bed. You just needed somewhere for people to stay that was decently clean. There wasn't enough Airbnbs to go around. And you'll still see a lot of people, which is part of the reason I started doing all this, is people online telling people that you could furnish a place for $5,000. Furnish a place for $5,000 and make, cash flow, especially arbitrage people. And we still arbitrage places today, but they were never $5,000. Our first place ever was a 1-bedroom apartment, and I believe we spent $13,000 on it, which we went a little hard. That was Misty and I's first encounter, but it was a super nice place. But even if we were going to tighten it up a little bit, you're probably still looking at like 11. Like it wasn't going to be $5,000. Yes, you can furnish a place for $5,000, a 1-bedroom house, but it's just going to look like everyone else. And so what everyone needs to understand is 25% of the Airbnbs make 75% of the money. So you need to be in that top 25%. So, all right. I'm tired of clicking here. So does anyone want to hop on, ask a question? I muted a few people. If you need to unmute yourself, you can go ahead.
Yes.
Hey, Sophia.
So I sent you the link.
Yep.
And I just went on there and I added many more photos. I still have a few more to add. And then I put it, I forgot that somebody's sleeping here. Gotta go into my office. Okay, so I wanted the slide that says it's got the swimming pool and it says escape into nature, blah, blah, blah. I always like that as my first slide and go from there. And it keeps popping up. It starts with the dining room table. So I called Airbnb. I'm like, what's up with this? I don't want the dining room table as the first. I keep marking the first photo as the one I want. And then they got back to me and they said, oh, it's a computer glitch. It took them 4 days to get back to me. It's a computer glitch. You know, we'll figure it out. We'll get back to you. And I mean, it's been almost a week.
Yeah.
Sophia, are you in Omaha?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so am I.
Oh, great. You'll have to come out to Nirvana. So beautiful out here.
Yeah. It looks like you're in Ponca Hills, yes?
Yes.
Amazing. Good for you.
So the photos can be a little complicated to adjust. It doesn't always save all the time. And if you have multiple tabs open with your Airbnb link and multiple tabs, that can cause issues too. We don't mess with it inside Airbnb very often just because we use property management software. So we adjust it inside our Guesty, and then it'll push it to Airbnb. I've had to before though, sometimes it is really finicky. I've even had to delete photos to get it moved up and then repost them, somewhere else to get it to really sync. So I'd have to get in and see. Honestly, I can't tell you off the top of my head exact fix, but I do know that we've run into that issue. And I think like there's a save button too that's not really easily seen for it too. So but yeah, make sure it's the only tab you have open for Airbnb. And
okay.
like I said, I haven't done this in forever, but I feel like you have to edit it, hit the edit button first too, and make sure you hit a save button too. But yeah, I wish I had a better answer for you.
So should I keep waiting for them to get back to me? Or is that just their bullshit remark that they give? And then, so, how I was dealing with that review? Like I have almost all 5-star reviews. I've been doing this 13 years, so that's really good, right?
Yeah.
And this one woman gives me a 1-star review because she healed her pending divorce and she wanted her money back. And it's like, no, you don't, you got to pay a 30-day, give a 30-day, announcement that you're leaving. And she got all upset. And so she gave me a 1-star review. So I went on and did the review removal. They denied it in like 30 minutes at 12 in the morning. So that seemed weird, right? So I talked to them and they said, do the review again. This is not right that she's got this review. And I talked with you before about this because she broke the rules because she brought some guy into the home, and I've got other people here. Everybody was freaked out. She brought him up into her room. I didn't know anything. And they said she shouldn't have been allowed to leave a review. So I keep telling Airbnb this, and they even told me this to begin with, right? And so I go on the other day and they go, no, you've only been marked down for trying to get this review removed one time. You have a second time. And I said, no, I did the second time. And they denied that too. And they said, no, it's like I got an older woman that sounded competent, for once, you
Yeah.
know?
And I
And
know, Sophia, we talked about this a couple weeks ago too, right?
yes,
Yeah. And so,
so
I mean,
she said, I've got another review removal.
she said you have another one to send in.
I did too, but
Yeah.
evidently only one of them. I mean, I got the email that said, nope, your second time, you're denied too, right? But then just like a few days ago, this competent woman said, no, it's only showing that you've done one review removal.
Okay. We'll send in another
So,
one.
so that's
Yeah.
weird. I'm right.
Sure. I mean, the reviews, they're like insurance companies. They're built to deny your request. So
Yes.
put together the best argument you can. Like I said, we upload the terms and conditions in the ChatGPT and ask them to come up with the best argument for what happened. And that can be a good resource for you, but you just need to keep
Yes.
persevering. So, but
Thank you.
yeah, not a problem. Sophia, I want to kind of open the door here for some other questions because I know we went over that last
And
time
then
too.
are you guys a place where people pay you to help them?
Yeah, that's exactly what we do.
Okay. That's what I thought. So I like to discuss that with you.
Yeah,
So,
you can send a message to me. We can have a one-on-one chat about that and
okay.
look at
Thank you.
your place. Yeah, we'll go over your place here in a second too.
Thank you.
Sure. All right,
I have a
guys.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, so just recently, I mean, I'm not 13 years, I'm not even 13 months in, but I recently had somebody book and they started off with like, oh, we're going to be really good because we're hosting, which made me nervous anyway. I'm like,
That's always a bad start, honestly.
Honestly, oh my gosh.
Oh man. If they say they're a host, they're going to be a pain in the ass every single time. It
oh
is.
my gosh, I'm
Yeah.
so, you know what? The first thing they said then is that they have two service dogs, like the small service dogs, and that I cannot charge them for that or whatever. And I, you know, because everything is automated, I was freaking out thinking, am I even charging? I don't know. How do I even know? And I didn't want to look like an idiot because I'm like, I don't know. So I went on to this, like, you know, Airbnb for beginners and asked the question, well, am I getting charged? Is Airbnb in charge of them? Why is he even bringing that up to me? So somebody said that no, if it's a service that they won't even put it on there, so that Airbnb then won't charge. It's seen as a I don't know, a medical thing. So I went back with a sophisticated answer and said, oh well, if it's a service dog, Airbnb won't charge. And he said, yes, I know that. I'm just letting you know. And I said, oh well, thank you. But first of all, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, am I going to have a pain in the ass with this, or is this just like, you know, are people that are people, are they normally good? You know, say it.
They're fine. Like I wouldn't say, they're not going to ruin your place or anything like that. I don't mean they're a pain in the ass in that way. They can be like the pickiest or the neediest guest that you have. So that's really the difference is that they're just a pain. But the service dog thing, yeah, you can't charge for it. The only question you're allowed to ask is what they're trained to do.
Yeah, I wasn't worried if he said that, but I was just freaked out because I didn't know if, you know, because he mentioned charging, and I was like, oh my gosh, how do I even find? So I was just saying, but I found it out by a group. They said no, if they don't put it down there, so I had to go back to him and ask him if he'd put it down. But he said, you know, so yeah, I was a little bit confused with that. I'm like, oh my gosh, do I have to phone up Airbnb and ask them if they're charging?
Shoot me a text, Adele.
I should, well, yeah, I did, but I didn't want to bother you. And I just went on this, like, you know, empty ground, and I asked, and they sent some people. First of all, they all said, you can't charge for that. I said, I wasn't charging. I'm not charging. You can't charge for a dog. Like, get it in my face.
Yeah, no, we ran into that when we first started too. And honestly, we were like, how is this possible? You literally get away with a free dog anywhere you want to go. There's really like, and no one can even ask a question about it. It's yeah, pretty strict rules on it.
Yeah, which is fine. I just was wondering. But that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't care. Fine. They did ask me to see them. They said they had paperwork if I wanted to see it. Do people normally ask for the paperwork or?
I don't ask for it. I mean, you're just asking for an additional step, and what I wouldn't even know what to look for too. Like, so yeah, send me your stuff, I guess, but then they could have handwritten it for all I know.
Are you in the US? Are you US
Me?
based? Because US does, we don't even, there's actually not paperwork for it in the US.
Well, even better. So
Yeah,
maybe he's lying to you, Liddell.
if they're offering it, it's most likely not legitimate.
It's a handwritten note. It just says, "My dog is a service dog. Signed me."
Yeah.
With paw print on there.
Yeah.
No, like I said, there's very strict rules around it, and we have no power on any of it really. So service dogs are a very serious thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
But
it's fine. I'm not worried about it. I just was wondering about the charge, and I was a bit freaked out by it, like thinking I didn't want to, he obviously knew what he was doing, and I was like I didn't want to appear that I was a novice. He's already going to be running rings around me, and I thought, oh no. Anyway. There.
I mean, it's not usually. I've had some actual other hosts leave us bad reviews too, which is also another like wild karma stance that I don't understand. And especially when nothing like it'd be understandable maybe if the place something happened, there's a plumbing leak or the heat didn't work or something like that happened, but just being overly picky, it's kind of wild, especially like some of our nicest places too.
My first bad review was from a host, and it was because she didn't find the bed comfortable.
Yeah, and like I said, like, hey guys, like let's support each other with this. Unless you really you want someone to do it to you, like what are we doing?
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt you to, especially if they leave you like a 4-star, which is just twist the knife a little bit. But like, yeah, I would never do it to anyone. Even if we had a bad stay, I would give them my opinion. I would tell them things to change. I would help them, but I would not publicly shame them. I would not leave them a bad review. And again, just because I wouldn't want it done to us. And no, like I said, I guess if they were unresponsive and I needed something, or I was supposed to have kid items and I didn't, and just totally ruined my weekend, and by the end of it I hated them, sure. But if they're trying, that's all I'm looking for, and then we work it out. So, and I would say, like, guests are nuts. Everyone on this call, if you have an Airbnb, you're well aware that the general public is absolutely crazy, and you learn that quickly when you have an Airbnb, because you're dealing with the general public, and their expectations are different across the board. So you don't know which one's going to want what. Some people are like, we will have people where they have horrible circumstances, like the house just is falling apart all of a sudden. Like there's just HVAC issues or whatever, like just one thing after another going on. That's not in our control necessarily, but it just is unfortunate. And they'll be the nicest people, like 5 stars, like they appreciate the back and forth, like everything is fine. And then you'll have someone that says, I found a spider in the house. And it's like, yeah, they exist in the world. And, it happens. What the hell? And they'll leave you a bad review over that.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I'm interested to see, because this is my first sort of person that's declared that they're a host.
Yeah. Like I said, I'd say most of the time they're fine, but there's sometimes it's just like, wow, I'm just going to book a stay at some of these places and not stay there. Leave some reviews.
I wouldn't say I was a host. Would you? Do you normally say? I wouldn't even say.
I don't know. My wife does the bookings actually, so I'd have to ask her.
I just did a stay, and I told them I was a host, and I thought and there were things that were issues clearly, like it's a 4-bedroom house and they had 7 forks, and it's a Christmas weekend. But I left him a 5-star review, but prior to that, I just said, your house is great. It has great bones. There's a few things that if you don't mind me mentioning, and I said we would come back again. My husband sat in the office chair and fell on the floor. It broke. And you could tell that the bolts were not, and it couldn't, he's an absentee host, relies on his cleaning crew. So we just had like a simple little chat, and I learned a lot from it. And, he tried to fix everything, and I didn't ask for a discount. I hate that, and I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
But, and other house times I've had people not necessarily complain, but just point something out, and I'm ready with a local place and to give them a gift card.
Yeah. No, we use for small issues, inconveniences, we use Crumble Cookie a lot. Like it's $40. You can get it delivered. It's super easy. They have an app. You can handle it in 2 minutes. And people go nuts. It's so silly. But it's better than any refund or anything else. Like it's usually the greatest way to just get people back on your side. And sometimes I was just telling someone earlier this week, like there was an issue with like a calendar syncing, and sometimes like a horrible start can still lead to a great situation, right? So like people showed up and the house wasn't clean, which is like obviously worst case scenario, nightmare stuff. But they got it clean in a few hours. Like they just went and got dinner. Like you buy them dinner, you send them Crumble Cookie, you tell them you're so sorry. Like they just feel important. Like if you guys have ever had like a bad start to a meal, but by the time it's ended and how the manager handled it, like you love the place. Like you're gonna come back, kind of thing. Like it wasn't like it was just like that one instance isn't gonna ruin it, and sometimes it can make it better. I always compare it to like when I was young, did this a lot, but if I was driving to work and I was having an average day, but then I realized I locked my keys in the car. And so I had 15 minutes of straight panic, gonna be late, like freaking out, using a coat hanger because I've done it so many times. I know what to do. But by the time I get the keys out and I'm free and I can drive down the road again, I'm in a way better mood than I even was before that incident happened. So that can happen with guests too. If you have an incident, you can use it to actually get the relationship even better. So, all right.
We have some questions in the chat, Ryan.
Can you tell me what they are?
Yeah, so M. Rodriguez asks, I'm in the process of designing my first short-term rental. Are there any online sites that are available to help visualize the room?
That's actually more of a you question. I don't think there is. I mean, you could obviously use Pinterest or Google and everything else, but no, like you need to. I mean, that's why people pay us. Like if someone asked me the other day if we use software, and I was like, if we did, we'd charge a lot less. Like if we're using AI, that's just going to help us design a space. Like it would be, everyone could do it. The thing with designing is the bones of the house matter so much. You can't just apply a design you see online. I learned this when I was flipping houses years ago, that I wanted a certain paint color on cabinets. And depending on how new they were, if they had soffits above them, depending on what the wall color was too, they could look a lot worse than just white that you would normally paint them. And so same thing with design. The bones, the finishes of the place are going to matter a ton. But when we do a design, we get a Matterport. So they go out and they provide a full floor plan so we can see all the dimensions of the space. That way you can tell what size beds, what size nightstands, where the TV can go, the couch, what size couch. You want to make sure there's room for walkways. Design is, there's really two pillars of it. It's form and how it looks and how it functions. So form and function are equally important. You want to have the design stand out so much in photos that people stop scrolling, and then the rest of the place is cohesive enough that you continue to sell them. But that's when the guest experience starts, but it continues while they stay there, and it's fulfilled. Whatever they envisioned in their head of their experience, it's going to happen while they're there. It's fulfilled for them while they're there. They leave you a 5-star review. Airbnb sees that over time, and it's a flywheel to the whole thing. And so you can slowly increase rates, you get more occupancy. Airbnb meets with us once a month, and every single time they ask us to lower our prices. because we are so much higher than everyone else in our market. And the reason we are, though, is we're in a separate category where there's, you know, normal Airbnbs and then our Airbnbs. And that's done with a lot of little things with design. That's how it looks, the colors, the contrast, the amenities. We just were on a call, Misty and I, with a client yesterday, just to think about this too. Like, you throw a hot tub in a backyard, that is going to add things for you. That's going to add revenue for you, but it's not going to, like, the difference between adding a hot tub, just a plain one out there and on a concrete pad, versus adding a hot tub, putting up string lights, having a background for it, maybe place like also for hooks for towels, setting the scene. Like, you do the whole thing. And so you really want to dress these things up. And so it's not just one, you can't just throw, just same thing with a fire pit, like just throw a fire pit out there and call it a day. You want to really set it up. And then you want to set it up considering where the photo is going to be taken, you know, what angle, and make sure you can capture as many amenities in a single photo too, because if you can get multiple amenities in one photo that are all dressed up, you've just compounded the value of that place. And that's where you can disassociate pricing comparably to other, you know, 4-bedroom houses in your area.
But I think it's
Can
also.
you give an example of what you mean by that, by getting multiple amenities in one photo?
Yeah, like a backyard is a good example, right? Like, if you could get a hot tub that had, you know, like I said, it's already dressed up with the string lights, a fire pit over there, maybe a bags game as well, or a grill, a seating area. I mean, Adirondack chairs around a fire pit is always going to do it for everyone. It just looks great. But yeah, you get multiple, like, but then you do, like I said, like, make sure the string lights look great. The whatever border you have, whether it's a privacy fence, is it maybe like painted something on it that looks good. You just consider, like, a pool is another example. Like, a lot of people have pools and that will drive a lot of revenue. But if you have a pool that also has great seating around it, you have the string lights over it, you put giant floaties in the pool too for the photo, you have the towels rolled up, sitting on the seats like a little spa. Like, you consider all these things. It's a lot of little tiny details. I always say they stack, and then that they compound, and it's a ton more value there that people are just sold, right? They're like, I'll pay extra for that. And what people aren't realizing is people are still paying a lot more. They're willing to pay good money to stay at a great place. So if you can make your place great, you can charge really good money and make a great return. But sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I'm the one who put in the question. So like I bought the property as like a primary, so I'm gonna live there for the year, and then after the year turn it into the short-term rental. So I'm kind of doing it like piece by piece. And so like I haven't started yet. I'm kind of like getting ideas, going on Pinterest, doing the thing. One of the things I'm struggling with though are like I'm in Arizona, so I'm not in Scottsdale, but I'm like right outside in a town called Tempe, more like college focused. So I'm like, do I go the route of like going the Phoenix, Aztec-y, like, you know, like desert like life feel, or do I like do something a little bit different to stand out against everyone else, you know?
So this is what we do when we design a place. We look at the data. And so we look at the top 5 performing Airbnbs that are your size, your quality, you know, like similar build, similar finishes. And then we see what's working. You know, R&D stands for rip off and duplicate, right? So we want to see what's working. We don't want to recreate the wheel completely. So we want to see what's working and duplicate that, but we also want to find something that can be a differentiator. That could be amenity, that could be just a higher level design. Like it's going to depend on the place, and you know, every location is a little different, but you want to see what your competitors are doing, because no matter what your design is, no matter if you go crazy or completely different, you're not going to drive any more revenue to Tempe. Tempe already has revenue. You just want a bigger piece of the pie. So what you want to do is steal from these other people. That's all it is you're stealing their revenue instead. So if they're already getting the highest revenue, that's working. I would make it similar to that. But then I would be like, there's one more amenity, one more thing that's nice about this place, one addition that is just going to be like, well, I could stay here or I could stay to this place that looks almost the same, but it has this thing. right?
Got it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
helpful.
No, so it's all data at the end of the day. And
No, you just
one
find
thing
this
else,
on AirDNA.
AirDNA is a great place. I just got off the phone with data-led designs yesterday, actually, too, which is going to help us pull even more data. There's a few different places that you can look, but AirDNA is a great start. And I will say, too, just keep in mind, you're saying you're living there for a year, then you're going to make it a short-term rental. We turned our house into a short-term rental before we moved, and it was a great house before we moved. We still put $45,000 into it. So it is hard to do them simultaneously. So just keep that in mind. It might be best to buy your personal stuff, live with that, and then save up and do it right when you move.
So you're saying like just have your personal stuff there and then just transform it all in a year when we move?
Yeah, like move all your stuff out and then transform it.
Yeah,
Oh.
unless you're going to purchase something quality. Actually, so like Ryan and his wife had a nice leather sofa that they left behind, but it was also like in really good shape. It was like a good like design. It had a nice aesthetic to it. It fit within what we could do with the rest of the design of the house. And so like that got left behind, but they also, it wasn't a cheap couch. Like when they bought it, it was, a good quality sofa. So if you're going to invest in some pieces for yourself in the interim, and you're comfortable with leaving those pieces that you've invested in behind, which I would, because you've already invested in them, let them make you money. You can definitely do that. So
Yeah, yeah.
intentional.
Yeah, we moved from like a 1-bedroom to a 4-bedroom. So we like don't have any furniture. So we're just buying it for the Airbnb and just like all of our stuff will move out.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that just to like kind of compound on what Ryan said, everything 100%. I agree with that. And just to help you visualize over the next year that you're living there and kind of working on the property, that you need to keep your ideal guest in mind, right? So Ryan's 100% right about picking design that makes the other top performing properties, that you're in competition with those other top performing properties, and that you're taking some cues from them and some essentially a little bit of like R&D, which is not research and development, but more like rip off and duplicate, but with your own taste on it, right? With your own thing that makes it unique, and the but making sure that makes sense for your target audience. Right. So whoever that your ideal guest is, because really at the end of the day, if you design for everyone, you design for no one.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Super helpful.
You're so welcome.
Yeah.
Great question.
This is Robin. I'd just jump in there. We've just launched our second property. I think you need to understand your avatar. Who's going to be renting from you? There's so many great tips and tricks that you can pull off from ChatGPT. You can basically copy all of the other listings in your area, look at the reviews, and then paste that into ChatGPT to say, well, what's been the negative feedback, what are the positives, and think about that. And that will help you with your design. And let's face it, the design is fundamentally critical. And then photos, professional photos off the back of that's how you sell, and that's how you get bookings, by making it appropriate.
Yeah, 100% agree with that, Robin. Like it's a product. Your property is your product.
Yeah.
So you need to treat it like that. Yeah.
Well, and the photos are the biggest asset too. So you need great photos. We always get professionally done photos, and we have them retaken all the time as well if we don't get what we wanted out of it, the right angles. You don't want a real estate photographer. You don't want corner of the room shots. Like we don't care about the size of the space. You're selling the items in your house. You want to let's sell that couch, let's sell that pool table. We're showing textures and colors, and I don't want to see ceilings. Like I want straight on bed shots. You're selling the experience. So it's very different from real estate photography. But yeah, Robin, I mean, ChatGPT is basically my best friend at this point with everything. So it's always useful. But yeah, I think you find your competitors and you see what's already working in that space. The one thing we're really good at with our design is, you won't see usually like, we're not going to slap bright pink and neon colors throughout the place and call it an Airbnb. I think that can cheapen the look of what you're doing. We're looking for a little bit more upscale. We're looking to solve rich people problems at the end of the day. I want to solve people that have money. I want them to want to stay at my place. And if you can design it to show that it's got that look, I think you do a lot better than just making sure everyone knows that this house has the vibes of an STR. So,
I have another question if you want to move on.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Lee Isla, I'm so sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. She said, she even has like a phonetic how to say it, but I'm sure I'm still doing it. She asked, also I'm curious about arbitrage when I would be interested in someone paying me for my home / rental. My house is a ranch style with a separate finished 2-bedroom full kitchen basement apartment. I currently live in the basement apartment and have the main level as an STR. Do you think anyone would be interested in my property? So instead of you operating that as an STR yourself, that you're arbitraging that out to someone else that would operate it as an STR, I think is the question.
No idea. Yeah, I don't know if you're still on the call, but if anyone on here, if you want to tell them what the address is, feel free to shoot that in the comments, but possibly. We haven't gotten an arbitrage in a while. It's not what it was a few years ago, but it can still be beneficial depending on what the place already has set up for sure. So, but okay, yeah. I see. I'm just gonna try to get through these. So Raj, our favorite PMS is Guesty. We use Logify, we used Hospitable. I've helped people with other ones. I think Guesty is the best. I think they used to be hard for people to get it because you needed to be a professional, which means you had quite a few places. And we originally had gotten it because we needed the accounting software to manage for other people. But now they offer Guesty Lite. It's like $35, $40. And sorry, admitting more people. It does all the features that I want it to do. It sets up the automated messages the right way that I want it to. It does the auto response for certain questions or just an inquiry. You can manage on multiple channels with Airbnb Verbo. You can have your own website on there too. Take Stripe payments in there as well. I personally am pretty married to it at this point. So that is
Thank you. Now, basically, I went to Zio because it was showing they can handle 200 plus channels and stuff like that. I thought I can put my property in multiple channels to increase the revenue, but I got stuck with a lot of, the software issues. So I'm just curious, Guesty, will it do more, certain standard channels, or it will also be able to handle multiple channels other than iCall, right? They say iCall manually upload and stuff like that. But I want it to be dynamically syncing up, right?
Yeah. So listen, I'm going to post right now in the chat my school group for Airbnbs. This is for everyone on the call, but it has 3 courses in this group. It has 2 on how to find profitable Airbnbs. It has a 3rd one on everything we do for managing, designing, our messaging, everything that's in there. But also in the Raj is discount on Guesty. I don't care if you use it or not, but it gets you like, I think, your first month off. They pay me like $20 if you sign up. So I don't care personally, but I think it's the best. I think it's a great place. We do also help people implement software. So if you want someone to do all this for you, you want to get set up correctly, that also involves like a listing optimization. We look at your titles, descriptions, photos, strike through pricing. We just maximize copy and paste what's worked so well for us for you. We can do that too. But the school group is $9 a month. It was the cheapest I could make it. You sign up, learn everything, and cancel it. Like I said, I want it to be a resource for people, but those 3 courses alone are worth a lot of money. But check that out. But they're also for pricing, guys. We use Beyond. We use Price Labs. I'm not a fan of them. They don't have enough customization. They weren't finding the smaller events. That's what we started with. We moved to Beyond. Beyond can be more expensive depending on where you are, like what you're making per month. But they find more things. You can customize more things. But we can combine those two for you as well if we're setting you up. But there's also like on the front page here, a code for that too. So those are our favorites. We also have our replenishable list in there too for Amazon. So hope that
Okay,
helps.
Ryan. Sorry, Raju. He had one more question. I think this is a fast one. Is photography, is it better to hire professionals? Yes. Right?
Always. 100% of the time. Yes.
Yeah.
Like you need it edited. You want, like I said, though, a certain photographer. People will pay $1,000 for the wrong photographer. You should not pay more than $300 for the right photos. You need them to edit the windows so it looks bright outside. If anyone on here has photos taken with the curtains closed or the shades closed, delete those. Take new ones. Do not do that. We want to see outside. We want to see light and bright. Like no one wants photos when it's dark outside either. But you want them to edit that. They also will take twilight photos. When I was talking earlier about the backyard and everything, like a twilight photo of a hot tub with string lights and a fire pit and Adirondack chairs, and a twilight photo where the sky is purple. Are you kidding me? Like every single time, first photo, it's gonna kill. It does every time. Like that's where you stack everything there. But that's where a good photographer, though, the sky's not gonna be actually purple when they take it, but they need to come at, right now, probably 5 o'clock, maybe earlier. But they need to come when it's dusk.
Yeah.
So
how to find the right person? I mean, there are a lot out there, right? So we need to be able to filter out and find the right photographer, right? So
two options. We use nextdoorphotos.com.
okay.
Go there. They're nationwide. I would say 90% of the time they do a great job. Like I obviously don't know every photographer that works for them. They're all a little different, but they seem to get it. They're also great at getting the photos back to you next day, which is also helpful when you want to go live. And then the other resource that I would tell people to do is search your area. Like, I don't know where you are, but say like for Tempe, I was talking earlier, I would search in Facebook, I would search Tempe Airbnb and then look for groups the biggest city nearby might be Phoenix, but either find the nearest city, Airbnb, and then join that group and ask these questions. People are going to come with referrals, which is always great. It's a great way to find cleaners, handymen, all of the above.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So
okay, Brian, I put a link in the chat for one property that we can review if we can do it quickly. I know we're running out of time.
Yeah. Whose property is this?
It's the Verbo, and it's I'm so sorry. I'm totally not. I wish you could help us pronounce your name, but Leila. I think it's Leila. That's what it looks like.
Let's
I
go
don't
with
know if you guys can hear me.
Let's go with that.
I can hear you. Yeah,
Oh,
I can hear
okay.
you.
Yes, it is Leila.
Leila, all right. I think I didn't get it right the first time, but thank you.
No, you're fine, sweetie.
So that Verbo, that's that link, that's hers, Ryan, if you want to.
Okay. Do you have an Airbnb link for
Yeah,
it?
I have Airbnb, VRBO.
Will you send the Airbnb link?
Yeah, I gotta find it. That was the first one I caught. So let me see if I get it real quick.
We can answer this one last quick question while you're doing that. Ryan, somebody asked, do you cover other parts of the world? I have a property 10 minutes from the beach in Central America on the Pacific Ocean.
I mean, we help other parts of the world, but we don't manage right now. I mean, we're very, very particular on which ones we'll manage at the moment. We're honestly cutting back, if anything. So they need to be a specific place. I can never tell if people have a question or if they forgot to mute.
Hey,
so,
Ryan,
all right.
Harry,
Yep.
real quick, can I give you a shout out for like your program that you've been working with me through and setting things up and making everything just easier for me. I've been kind of overwhelmed in the last like 6 months or more. And it's been great to have you to just pick up the phone and reach out, schedule a time with you. And I don't think I could have made it without you the last 6 months. So if anyone's considering his program, it's well worth it.
I appreciate that, Carrie.
Good.
And that's so nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's in the chat now, Ryan.
Okay. All right, guys. This is a good meeting today. If we have this many questions, we can look at extending the time in the future, but we're going to rapid fire here because I have in 13 minutes another meeting. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. So first off the bat, let's talk about the title. If being 4 miles away from mountain fun, is that just like overall like fun on a mountain?
I'll say it for you. That's boring.
And I actually didn't do that part, but that's how it just came across. But I don't even know 4 hours to mountain fun because did it say 4 hours or 4 minutes?
4 miles.
I think it's miles. Yeah.
Oh, that's just to get to the highway to go to the mountains.
Yeah, it is true. 4 miles to the highway access. All right. Lakewood. I like Lakewood, Colorado, though, so it's a good area. So what you want to think about in a title, guys, is you want to think of a descriptor like luxury, cozy, cute, like anything, the best one you can. And you are going to change these ideally every 30 days. So don't get married to what it is. Try different things, but you need some activity on your title just to let Airbnb know that you're doing stuff. But you want a descriptor, and then you want to mention as many amenities as you can. So any, I need to mute someone.
I think you can mute everybody but Leila. Honestly, she's the only one that should be talking.
I need to figure this technology lately is kicking my ass. Yeah, you want to think descriptor and then amenities. You have 50 characters to work with, so as many as you can fit in. Again, ChatGPT is great. What I would do, honestly, and what we do for a lot of people is if you have a good description and that lists everything about your place, whatever you have, whether it's a Wi-Fi that's free, to a grill, to a hot tub, pool, whatever amenities you have should be listed in your description. Upload that into ChatGPT and ask for an optimized title for Airbnb. It'll give you multiple options that are 50 characters long, fitting as many things as you can in there. But you want to include amenities. People will talk about this being an SEO thing. I don't think that has anything to do with it. And Airbnb has never told us that otherwise. It is a quick hitter to telling people what's available in your house. They clicked on your photo, you got them to click on your photo. It's a quick information of things that they should keep looking for in your photos, right? Okay. Like maybe the first picture isn't a hot tub, but it says hot tub up top. So I'm going to keep looking to see what this hot tub looks like. Okay. So, and I'm sorry I'm going so fast, but okay, at least I will say for the most part, I like the bullet points. People will just write a long ass paragraph. No one's going to read that. So you have a better chance of people reading about the space. I don't have time to really go through everything here. So overall, I'd say that's fine. We throw a couple emojis in there too. I think that's just the world we're in right now where emojis are professional. But it adds a little bit of flair to it. Nothing crazy, just a few. Okay. So I can tell right away that you have some amenities here, and your first photo is this. Obviously, I just realized this is your problem. Yeah. So there's that. If you want to keep managing this, or if you want to move it to yourself, I teach a lot of people these people are why I got started teaching, is I was trying to help people just manage it themselves. You're already doing the heavy lifting by dealing with the cleanings and maintenance. getting the clients is the easy part. So anyways, let's look at the photos. So I don't have enough time to get into every detail about the design, but it feels like someone's home. And the thing that you're selling with the photos is trust. And so this is telling people that you may live there normally and you just leave before they check in. And what that causes is concerns that the place is professionally clean, the sheets are changed, and everything else. The main thing that the design, a really well done design, is selling is that this is a professionally ran STR. It is, you know, we're shooting for that boutique hotel feel, and you're telling them that it's going to be taken care of. It's going to be professionally run. Just like if you go and stay at a nice hotel, you trust that they clean the place just because it's a nice hotel. They have a brand, they have a name for themselves. Where in the Airbnb space, it's a lot of trust because it's just a ton of individuals that just decide to run it any way they want to. So it's just a lot of, honestly, older furniture that's
why it's called mid-mod.
And there's a way to incorporate everything, but you have a lot of color, but it's not really on the right things. Like honestly, I want more wallpaper. There's no or colors on the wall, but you're doing the color with the stuff in the place. So it seems busy.
Yeah.
And I'm not the designer, so Misty, feel free to correct me with that. But
no, you're right. It's a little discombobulated. I would say that it doesn't have a central kind of thought process. I appreciate more than anything having a curated look that makes it look like you didn't just buy everything in one place. But it also has to be intentional. And this appears as though it's stuff that you had and just left it there. That might not be the case. You may have actually curated this over time. It just needs a little bit more organization within itself for consistency purposes.
Yeah. So, and what I would do right away though too is, I mean, obviously, like we could chat with you about a redesign if you end up keeping it, but it also is just, there's a lot of Airbnbs that look like this. And as I started the conversation today, is when you look like a lot of other places, you're just competing on price, and that's a terrible place to be. So what I would do right away though is, if you didn't do anything else, just hang some string lights above this seated area and get a twilight photo. I would want to see maybe a different angle that's not just staring at these houses and the power lines, but get some string lights up here. If the photographer, if you find a decent one, they should put a fake fire in here for you too. And this will be a better shot of an amenity that you have. It's definitely going to be better than this one.
Okay.
So my pet peeve is this wire right here.
The what
Yeah,
wire?
she did a good job. The wire that's hanging down from the TV that you can see it. Like, you actually did a really good job. Some of the other rooms, they're inside of a chase, which is like, I was gonna actually commend you on that.
Yeah, I bought the thing to cover the wire, but it's too big.
Yeah, no, it's just that's me though.
Get a different one, but yeah, I agree with you on the wire.
So
I actually redid the living room too. It's not sitting that direction anymore. The couch is across where the green chair is, where it's actually turquoise, but anyway, where that chair is, couch goes at a diagonal, and the other chairs are under the window, but it gives it where everybody can watch the TV.
Sure.
And it's actually a bigger TV now than that was there.
Also great. That's great. I mean, space planning is a huge part of it too, Leila. it's scale and form and function all have to like sing in harmony. So it's an art for sure, knowing how to do all of that and make it look right. But at the end of the day, like, people are looking for properties to stay in where they don't feel like they're at their own house. And so this, I agree with Ryan, it feels too much like literally somebody lives there.
I thought it made it home.
How do you guys feel about some, like, stock photos of like local amenities? Like, why are you going to this place in Lakewood, Colorado? Like,
Yeah.
is there a downtown? Is there something?
I'll let Ryan answer that. Like, my personal opinion is a few things like that is okay if it's special to the area. But if somebody's coming to Lakewood, they already know they're going there.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't put them as hero photos, but I'd put them.
You're highlighting like a local coffee shop or something that is maybe within a reasonable distance to the property that you want to be able to highlight that's a nice.
I don't see any of that
part. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm in such a quiet neighborhood kind of thing, so there's not that kind of thing. But a lot of guests come to me because of Red Rocks amphitheater.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh,
you can put that in the title.
Yes. How long does it take to get to Red Rocks?
15 minutes.
Yeah.
I would stay there. I would stay there to go to Red Rocks. I've always wanted to go.
You have good reviews too, so it's a good listing. That's a good start. For people that are on here too, you can't control this because Evolve is controlling your pricing, and I hate Evolve's pricing as well. They're all just like so similar. But what you guys want is strike through pricing, which is somewhat being achieved here with this. You want a bigger discount than this to make it more substantial, cause there's more urgency for the guests to book. But and also Airbnb thinks you're offering value as well, so it's twofold. This is discounted because their pricing software lowered the rates. What you want in here, what we do is we inflate our rates in our PMS by 40%, and then we go into Airbnb and we apply a last minute discount and an early bird discount of 30%. And that's going to cover 364 days of the year. You're going to miss like one. But so 100% or 99% of the time, every unit that we manage has a discount applied to it. It is a fake discount. We inflated the rate and then we brought it back down. But Airbnb actually taught us this when they met with us. So they encourage it, obviously. But it's going to help get your listing promoted because they think you're offering value, and it's going to help that guest book because there's a sense of urgency that discount might be going away. I've had some people wait too long and it went from an early bird to a last minute discount, which is the same discount, but they still thought they were super worried that they were going to lose. Like they'd reach out to you and be like, I don't want to, I think I lost the savings. And we were like, it's the exact same price.
So do you do the 30% for early bird and 40% for last minute?
We do 30 for both. We just inflate the price by 40%. So if you do the math, basically the same price. You could obviously get it to be the exact same price, but 40 to 30 is easy numbers to remember. So, all right. That's I'll move on from that. I hope that was helpful.
Yes, thank you.
Cool. I'm gonna see if I can just squeeze in one more.
The last question. Oh, you're going to do a listing. Okay. It's 1 or 12 Central Time.
Well, let me see if my
now
Maria,
while they're working that thing.
Maria, are you on this call? Oh no, she was on earlier, I think, actually. Oh, she is. All right, Maria, are we no?
Oh,
not that.
And if you can fit in mine, that would be great.
Sophia, I'm gonna have a one-on-one with you, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a little bit more time. I saw another Airbnb up here.
Yeah, it was Dina's. She's not on anymore, so.
Okay, I'm gonna rapid fire this one, and then we will see you guys next week. For anyone too, the number that texts you that the Zoom call is happening, if you want to reach out to that number, if you need additional help, if you have more questions, We offer every service that there is for design for STR. So anything Airbnb related, on design, on implementation, on launching your listing. Like I said before, that school group has all of our messages in it that we send out that's automated, that you get a better review. Anything that you guys need, feel free to reach out via text or join the group, and you can ask your questions there too. Either way works. All right, so South Carolina, better title than the last place, but still no descriptor, no, luxury, no. I would honestly just get rid of, maybe just make it a beachfront place as the descriptor. I'm not sure. Probably just let ChatGPT to tell me all the ideas I want to have in my head. But she has the least listing amenities. Now, when you go to do this,
congratulations.
Thank you. When you go to do this, if these are your best amenities, you may also want to think about your place too. So, and you want to see what your competition is doing. This looks like it's a condo, not a whole lot of options there, but you just want to, if this is the best thing you got, like, you may want to take a look at it, especially if it's a house. So again, bullet points, which is good. Let's say some emojis, not bad. Check pricing real quick. She has strike through, but again, not the right reasons. She just lowered her price a little bit. I want to see, hey, it's normally 600, now it's 325. Like a significant discount there. But I imagine she has some, no, maybe not. She has no pricing software. Pricing software is the biggest ROI you can get basically per dollar, other than design. Everyone needs it. Stop fighting it. Airbnb's pricing model does not work. Interesting. I don't know if she's selling another business or she must have multiple rentals. So I don't know who it was earlier, but you play a dangerous game having these photos in the middle here, because obviously you'd hope a guest is, smart enough to realize that it's not part of the place. They're not. Not a lot of times, like, you have to make this for a third grader, and they have to not think that this is part of the home. This is part of the home. This is all a shared space. So I would want this at least in the additional photos, not in the exterior. Same thing with the pool. Again, you would want them to think that, to know that, but they don't, and you just run into some trouble when that happens. You have good supplies. You have your baby supplies, the dog stuff, obviously, stuff for the beach. I would say it's a little one note throughout with the color, but Misty, what do you got?
Yeah, I think it's cute overall. It's definitely got more consistency, cohesiveness as far as design is concerned. I think that you could make some small tweaks, but overall, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It's clean for sure,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's a condo.
I like that there's some branding in there. The monkey is clearly a brand. I'm not 100% sure if it's a brand for the property. I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a brand for the property. So the salty monkey, this property, I would probably put that in the listing title too. Otherwise, it gets a little bit confusing. So, but overall, Dina, I think you did a really good job. I'd probably add a few things, some rugs, a coffee bar. I don't see coffee out in the kitchen. I mean, I just
very dark here, but
yeah, I love I like the dog friendliness of it. You've got your target audience, which is good job on that.
I think there's a little bit of a danger with pushing a brand so hard that when you only have a couple rentals, it looks like it just gets confusing to where I'm trying to figure out, is there something else that you're trying to promote here? And maybe this is another business too, I don't know. It doesn't feel, like when I first saw it, I was like, what's going on here? So it's not convincing me that I should choose your place. It's more like confusion with it. But yeah, photos that
I agree.
photos that are missing for sure. You need a coffee bar. I see the Keurig back here, but you want just a single photo of the coffee station. So it should be your coffee maker. We don't do pods anymore, but if you do pods, show the creamer, show the sugar, show what's available there. You want to open up every cabinet and drawer in the kitchen, show them what they can use to cook with. People aren't going to read, so you have to show everything in the photos. Can they cook a meal here, though, is the most important question you need to answer. You also want, we take an up-close shot of the sink as well. We give a fresh sponge that's individually wrapped each time. That is a huge compliment from us, like that we get all the time. It is, again, part of this isn't a shared space. This is your space. It's brand new. Just like when you go stay at a hotel, you get, your soap wrapped for you too. But want to see that it looks like you have dish soap and hand soap. Cool. Take a photo of that. Again, in the bathroom, I want to see, do you have shampoo? Do you have conditioner? It says you do here, but again, people don't read. As someone that has kids, I need to see that you actually have everything, because everything to me, it might be a typo. You might have accidentally said it. I better see it in a photo. Otherwise, I'm not going to trust. I don't trust anyone apparently anymore, especially when I'm traveling with little ones. That you better have those items in a photo. Take that as well. So you're just missing a few photos in there. And then, like I said, I would move all the exterior photos that is shared space to the back. Move this more to the front. This is important. This is good too. And then the only other thing that we do is a sound machine for the bedroom. I mean, there's actually quite a few more things that we do, but that's one big thing that you can add as well. This TV also way too high.
Way too high. Yeah. I was going to say that too.
my neck hurts just looking at this photo. Also, now that I clicked on your photos, this is way too blurry. So I wasn't in your photos. They look better before. I don't like, there's stuff going on. This is better. That's better, but it's still dark. This doesn't feel professionally edited.
Yeah.
This little dog step. This TV, way too high.
Yeah.
Got curtains though, it's good. All right, sorry guys, I could do this all day. I am now really late to my meeting. I have to go apologize to someone. I hope this was super helpful for you guys. Sorry if I didn't get to every question or every listing. Again, we do it every week. If you want a one-on-one, it's free. Reach out to me. Let me know what you need help with. And yeah, like I said, I hope it was helpful. Do you have anything else, Misty?
No, definitely not. I mean, whoever didn't get a question answered, hopefully they can come back next week and they can get first in line. But yeah, fun times. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I post these each week too to YouTube as well. So if you guys want to rewatch it, it'll be on our YouTube. We don't have a ton on there right now, but ideally every week we'll be adding these to them. So they'll always be recorded and added as well. But all right, awesome guys.
Sorry, Ryan, how do they find that YouTube channel?
It's just under Jay Stays. I'll probably be patient with me, but I'll probably get it sent out to everyone too, as well.
Yeah. Okay. Dina was asking, and she was the one that was her listing that you just reviewed, and she's not on anymore. So I know she wants to watch it.
Yeah. No, I'll make sure we get it to Dina as well. But yeah, but search Jay Stays and YouTube should get you there. But yeah, guys, like I said, hopefully it was super helpful. Make the changes. Let's charge more money, make more money. Let's get after it. All right. See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.